the secret she carried. The city never truly slept. Even at this late hour, headlights flickered across the rain-slicked streets, and the distant hum of traffic blended with the occasional honk of a cab. But inside the dimly lit cafe, the world felt frozen in time. Alex Carter sat motionless, his sharp navy blue suit unruffled despite the weight pressing down on him. Across the table, the elderly woman leaned in, her striking white and black hair framing a face etched with urgency. She clutched a letter in her trembling hands. "This will change everything," she whispered. Alex hesitated before reaching for the paper. As he unfolded it, his breath caught in his throat. The handwriting, delicate, slanted, was instantly familiar. His mother's. "Dearest Alex, if you're reading this, it means you've begun to uncover the truth. We tried to protect you, but we knew this day would come. The answers you seek are hidden where it all began." No signature, but he knew. His mother had died in a car accident when he was 9. At least, that's what he had been told. His hands clenched around the paper. "Where did you get this?" he demanded. The woman's gaze was steady. "I was there the night she disappeared." "Disappeared?" Alex's voice was sharp. "She died in an accident." The woman shook her head. "No, that's what they wanted you to believe." A cold chill wrapped around him. "Who are they?" "The Order," she said. "A group that has existed for centuries, controlling governments, businesses, even rewriting history. And your mother, she knew something they didn't want uncovered." Alex's stomach churned. He had heard conspiracy theories before, dismissed them as nonsense. But this was different. "You expect me to believe this?" She reached into her pocket and placed something on the table. A small, metallic key, worn with age. "You don't have to believe me," she said. "But if you want the truth, this will lead you to it." Alex hesitated. "What does it open?" "The past," she said. Then she stood abruptly, wrapping her cardigan tightly around herself. Her eyes darted toward the cafe entrance. "They're watching," she muttered. "You need to leave, now." Alex turned, scanning the cafe. A man in a dark coat stood near the entrance, pretending to read the menu. Another figure sat alone, fingers tapping against the table in a rhythmic pattern. He had been followed. When he turned back, the woman was gone. The journey back. Alex sat in his car, staring at the key in his palm. "Where it all began," he whispered. There was only one place that made sense: his childhood home. The house had been sold years ago after his mother's death. His father never spoke about it, just packed up their things and left. But if the answers were anywhere, they were there, uncovering the past. The house was different than he remembered. The paint had faded, the garden overgrown, but the bones of his childhood remained. Breaking in was easier than expected. The lock was old, the security system non-existent. Inside, dust coated the furniture like a forgotten memory. He moved cautiously through the rooms, searching for anything that might make sense of the key. Then, in the hallway, he saw it. The old grandfather clock. Something about it felt off. Running his fingers along the base, he found a groove. He pressed it. With a soft click, a hidden compartment slid open. Inside was a wooden box. Alex's pulse pounded as he lifted it out and pried it open. Inside were documents, old photographs, and a tape recorder. One photo stood out, his mother smiling, holding him as a baby. But beside her stood a man he had never seen before. Flipping it over, he read the words scribbled on the back. "They are watching. Trust no one." A creak sounded from upstairs. His breath caught. Someone else was here. Heart pounding, he grabbed the tape recorder and the documents, shoving them into his bag. Then, without looking back, he ran. The chase begins. The moment Alex stepped outside, he felt it. He was being watched. A figure emerged from the shadows. "Mr. Carter," the deep voice called. "You should have left the past buried." Alex didn't stop to ask questions. He sprinted to his car, jumped inside, and peeled away from the curb. In the rearview mirror, the figure remained still, watching him disappear into the night. The truth on tape. Safe in a motel on the outskirts of the city. Alex finally pressed play on the tape recorder. His mother's voice crackled through the speaker. "If you're hearing this, Alex, it means they found me, and they will come for you next. The Order is real. Your father, he was part of it, but he tried to protect you. We both did. The key I left you, it opens a safe deposit box. Inside is everything you need to know. But be careful, they are everywhere." The tape cut off abruptly. Alex sat in stunned silence. His father had lied to him. His entire life had been a carefully crafted illusion. And now, they knew he was onto them. No turning back. With the key clutched tightly in his hand, Alex knew what he had to do: find the deposit box, retrieve whatever was inside. But he also knew one thing for certain: he was being hunted, and the Order would stop at nothing to keep their secrets buried. This was only the beginning. To be continued.